I cannot understand what SIEC is trying to do. Why are the Filipinos still here when we are losing our jobs? And we are doing the same work at lower pay, but they are still in existence. And they are still working until this very day.
The fact that this Filipino can be paid more and they still employ him, there must be a special reason, otherwise it doesn't make sense to me. I do not believe SATs are doing something stupid, because they must produce results. If we get rid of all foreign workers, because we've got this unemployed Singaporeans who must be employed, I think our economy will go down in a tailspin. This is a bad period. We've got to go through it. We'll go through it and we'll come out on top. But we do things in a sensible way. Don't let the economy go down. Whatever else we do, our companies must be competitive and stay competitive. If they are dead, there are no jobs for anybody. I understand how much pain it is. So I'm sorry if I cannot give you a simple answer, yes, let's sack the Filipino. Can't be done.
In the current economic downturn, more Malay workers difficulty to get a job. Furthermore, more Malay workers were retrenched. Grave concerns among the community. Can I have your reaction, please, sir?
Well, this has troubled me because many MPs report that they're getting more Malays coming for help. So I call for the figures. The Chinese, 82% of the retrenchments. Indians, 7% of retrenchments. Malays are between 11 to 14%. So it's not true that they are being retrenched at a higher proportion than the Chinese or the Indians. But what is true is that as there are more Malays in the lower end jobs, they are more liable to retrenchments. What is also true is that the employer says, I'm looking for a Chinese. This is a problem. I mean, we live in a multiracial society. The long-term answer is to get better educated. I see that as one solution. But your impression that Malays are being more retrenched than the others is not correct by the figures, which is reassuring.
Recently, we have seen governments and JLCs retrenching workers. How do we assure workers?
I think it's wrong for the government to say, please don't retrench. Times are bad, you may be setting a bad example. Companies are at risk. If you don't retrench, you don't make yourself trim, you are in trouble. It's unpleasant, it's unhappy, but life is a relentless process of attrition. We have a society that's adjusting and getting up the technology ladder, making itself useful to the world. And from time to time, we suffer pain. If we trim down our operations, become more productive, we will be able to pay our workers and we will still be competitive. If not, we close. That's the answer.
Would it be possible we could create a special economic scheme to accommodate the need of this growing aging population?
We are not going to die at 60 as we used to. For those 55 and above, we have to really change our mindset. Squeeze down the difference between entry pay and final senior pay. Then the desire of the employer to get rid of the older workers and hire new ones will not be so great. The day you can't adjust and change, you begin to shrivel and die. That's all. But as long as I can stay abreast with events, learning new ways of working, then I can draw on my wealth of experience to make a contribution which a younger fellow, more active, but less experienced, cannot come to the same conclusion.
We can find a group of people, underclass workers, who will be living around the, what you call, poverty line. What can we do for these people, and how do you feel for these people?
I cannot tell you how difficult it is. There are about 5% of the population that's always in trouble. We can take the Western approach, like the Germans, and just give you unemployment benefits. I think you'll find our reserves just shrinking like that. We have got to develop a very hardy society where everybody takes care of himself and his family, and we make sure that he can take care of himself and his family. But if you don't do so, we can't help you. You know, MPS sessions, man comes in, or woman comes in, can't pay bills, but has a mobile phone. I mean, where's your priority? In the end, you just got to support them. And all of us got to pay taxes to solve this problem, which is growing because they have more children than anybody else. You ask me how to do it. I've got no answer to that.